There's a lot of shit coming, it seems. We will see. We will see. What time is it? What do we got here? Andrew Scholes. Charlemagne go off on Elon Musk for supporting Trump. Uh-oh.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all is good wherever you are. I'm going to play you a couple of clips here from Brilliant Idiots, or just idiots, Andrew Schultz and Charlemagne. Look, you shouldn't take your political advice from these two guys, but at the same time, this can be entertaining, hence why I'm making this video about it, where they talk about Elon
honestly,
Musk,
I have nothing against
how he should stay in his lane and not get involved in politics.
I mean,
the first clip you're going to watch is how they praise Cory Booker for speaking
Everyone
for 24
says some
hours.
stupid shit
The bar
sometimes.
has gotten so low that
even I do it.
Not taking a pee break is something big for the Democrats. Check this out.
25 crazy. By the way, the Dems
Wait,
need somebody that just throws all this old shit under the bus. There's a part when Cory was filibustering, when Chuck Schumer, and maybe I don't know if you can find it there, but we can add it later, when Chuck Schumer was trying to tell him that he broke the record. And
oh yeah, during the
Chuck
Cory
goes,
Booker stuff.
I want to ask you a question, and Cory goes, "This is the only time, Senator Schumer, that I can ever tell you no."
Sorry.
Check this out.
25 crazy. By the way, the Dems need somebody that just
accidentally
throws all this old shit under the bus. There's a part when Cory was filibustering, when Chuck Schumer, and maybe I don't know if you can find it there, but we can add it later, when Chuck Schumer was trying to tell him that he broke the record. And Chuck goes, I want to ask you a question. And Cory goes, this is the only time, Senator Schumer, that I can ever tell you no. And I didn't respect that. Because somebody needs to tell Chuck no. That's the problem. So when I saw that, like I see people saying today, like, yo, I think I saw Jamie Harrison say, you know, Cory became the new leader of the party. Like, no, he didn't.
he became the new leader of the party because he just ranted about Trump and Elon Musk and disliking them for 25 hours straight. And just talking about just random shit.
Until you're able to tell people like Chuck Schumer no, you can never be a leader. That's just my...
Well, I mean, these people keep enabling... These people just fucking let them suck the fucking galaxy gas from their assholes, man. I don't know. The Democrats are so far up their ass, it's insane.
Just my POV on this.
Do you think that he was just saying that, like trying to be polite publicly? That's what I
don't care.
Yeah, you want someone
like, don't
who will
say
disagree.
that. All you got, you don't got to say this is the one time I would ever tell you. No, you don't got to. Why you up? You the one standing up there for 25 hours. You doing something that nobody in that party has taken the gumption to do.
Everybody else just stayed in the room while he was doing it. I'm so confused.
That's what, yeah, I don't understand. That's what I.
The Republicans stayed in the room.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, play this part. Play this part.
Would the senator yield for a question?
Chuck Schumer, it's the only time in my life I can tell you no.
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how...
Yeah, and then he goes on, do you know how proud this It's like, dude, what are you talking about?
Proud America is of you.
Well, don't speak too
America
soon, Chuck,
is of you. I'm sorry, you're not. You don't represent me.
We don't know what it is yet. It's impressive though for a man to stand up there for 25 hours. Why is it impressive? Because he stood up there for 25 hours and spoke with no water, no pee breaks, no nothing.
Muslims been doing that for 30 days.
Yeah, but not standing up in one spot.
Yeah,
you don't know
talking the whole time.
And talking the whole motherfucking time.
You look at David Blaine do that shit, and he's just standing still.
People, isn't it in some of fucking religious cultures or religions where they go on fucking fasting, and they don't and they don't eat any food, and they just drink. What are we doing? I'm so confused.
Still not doing nothing.
Shout out to Cory Booker. I just didn't like.
I think these people are just fucking gassing each other up.
I just my only part. It's my only little small critique. Yes, I want y'all to be able to tell Chuck Schumer no, but other than that, hey man, he did something. He
did what?
Round of applause.
Yeah, that whole speech he did absolutely fuck all. I know what Charlemagne is trying to say. He's trying to become the new DNC lead, leader in that regard, but it's like it didn't do anything because there was no policy that was being made. You just went up there to just make a fucking speech about hating Donald Trump and Musk. That's all it was.
God, y'all are desperate.
Something.
This is something.
So
Y'all are desperate,
what?
bro.
Okay? You can't spell desperate without a D. All right? Okay? All right? By the way, I'm not desperate. I don't give a fuck because I'm not, for either one of these parties. But all I'm simply saying is it is good to see him show some fight.
Yeah, as I said, the bar has gotten so low that just Cory Booker standing up there for 24 hours is applauded.
Yeah,
the guy said nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing for 24 hours.
So are we going to applaud?
Now let's get to the clip where Charlemagne goes off on Elon
Are we
Musk
going
and
to
tells him
applaud
pretty much
every woman who needs no man, right? You slay queen.
stay in his lane. Let's go.
It is good to see him
act
like these are not normal times that we're in. That's it.
All right.
You saw your boy Trump today say Elon gonna be out in a minute.
What'd he say?
That's what he said. Pull it up.
No, Elon said fake news.
Who said that?
Elon. He tweeted.
Elon gonna get reminded who the fucking president is in a minute. Okay.
Do you think that he said it like on some?
Well, he's part of the special task force. It's only 100 days anyway. But Trump said today that I don't know if he didn't say, but a report came out that he's told his inner circle that Elon's days are numbered. Like he's got to step down from his position.
I mean, they did say it was going to be limited, so.
I mean, yeah, and you look at it, it's just stocks in Tesla are crumbling.
Do you think that it had something to do with the Wisconsin Supreme Court judge voting or whatever the fuck that was?
Probably.
Special election, yeah.
Special election.
I'm so detached from what's going on.
Musk spent $20 million on that campaign.
I heard 30.
30. Well, he spent 20 directly with the candidate, and he might have spent more with the Republican Party.
But why was it so crucial for the Republican Party?
It's important because it's the first special election in any capacity since the election, so it's seen as a referendum on Trump and Musk.
Yeah, it was basically to see if
the election. And then, secondly, the Supreme Court, I guess, in Wisconsin is very important in terms of some of the voting issues there, and Trump's tried to have some votes
you have to
thrown
think
out in
about
the
the
past,
circuit courts and stuff like that
too. It's a referendum on Trump and Musk, so it's significant that the Democrat won, though there were also special elections in Florida, and in that case, the Republicans won.
Rachel Bade. That's what it says. Rachel Bade said she had a scoop. President Trump has told his inner circle and members of his cabinet that Elon Musk will be stepping back in the coming weeks from his current role. The press secretary, Caroline Levitt, said this scoop is garbage. Elon Musk and President Trump have both publicly stated that Elon will depart from public service as a special government employee when his incredible work at Doge is complete. Elon Musk says, fake news. So, they're in control of their narrative. Elon will be stepping down. They just, you know what I'm saying? They just don't want to make it seem like he's...
Well, I mean,
not getting pushed out.
Look, if these news sites are gonna fucking stoke some drama somehow,
like, you know what, Elon? Your shit is all
right. They're gonna lie about
Elon
Musk.
Go off to the side and be in the shadows, and that's my whole thing. If you already are Elon Musk,
also he already has other companies to take care of. It's like I don't think he can take care of the whole government system. I don't even know what he wants to do. But I'm pretty sure he still has to take care of his SpaceX and his Tesla company. So like he said he was going to be limited in that regard because he has other stuff to do.
There's no reason for you to be front and center with any of this. You could be still spending your money and still being puppet master behind the scenes.
But when you buy something, you want to play with it.
This Elon Musk owns, he still owns Twitter, right? Twitter, fucking SpaceX, fucking Tesla. I mean, he's launching, motherfuckers working on trying to get to Mars in like what? In the next 2 years, 3 years, was it? So it's like, he has a lot of fucking shit on his plate.
You don't want to. When you purchase something, a new car, you don't want to drive it.
Yeah, but when you buy
the White House,
when you buy a vibrator, you don't motherfucking use it in the middle of the street in front of everybody.
Elon's different.
When you buy pocket pussy, you don't motherfucking jack off in a room full of people, Chris.
The guy made a big purchase, man. Let him have fun.
Yeah, but he's not the first, rich person who's made a big purchase in politics. He's just
yeah, why hasn't Bezos or fucking Lizard Man, fucking damn Meta Zuckerberg shit. Or fucking Google fucking, yeah, some of these guys don't even come out, right? Only Elon Musk is the only one to come out and be like, I'm in full support of Trump and trying to help right the system. Versus these other fuckheads, they don't do shit. Right? Bill Gates does fucking absolutely fuck all.
Nothing on this side. This is a very special purchase.
George Soros has been spending a lot of money for
not like this.
I mean, come on.
Oh, come on.
Maybe not in one pop. But George Soros has spent a lot of money.
If anything, Elon Musk is more trustworthy than some of these other high company CEO motherfuckers.
He put on the fur coat and the fur hat, and he sat front row at the fight. And now this shit is coming back to bite him in the ass.
That's interesting.
Go back into the shadows. You don't got to be front and center with this shit. You don't got to be Diddy all up in the videos.
That's an interesting.
He really don't.
Yeah.
Why? This is just ego. He does not have to be front and center.
That's a great point.
Like you're trying to tell me that there's not a rich person that is donated to campaign. I don't know what George Soros.
Well, I mean, like I said, you have some of the highest tech, right? Some of the richest tech companies, right, donating to these campaigns and shit. Why is Elon Musk the only one that is actually trying to help American people? Right, systematically, versus these other fucking motherfuckers. Right. Think about that.
Like. It actually doesn't benefit it at all.
None.
Because it benefits his businesses because these are publicly traded businesses. So people, if they like him, if he's a celebrity CEO, they'll invest in that stock. You're not investing in the stock of the United States of America because you like him. Yes, you could buy treasuries or whatever the fuck, but
you're right. If you want to invest in fucking the U.S., right, you would do the treasuries and bonds and stuff of the U.S., right?
It's not something that can go up in value in that way. So it doesn't behoove the government to have you as the celebrity CEO. Just fix the things you think you need to fix and then do it without even mentioning it. And then more people will probably be okay with it. You've become so polarizing that it's probably limiting your ability to be successful in government.
Tesla's stock is down. Tesla's sales are down so much so that they had to put a Tesla in front of the White House that Donald Trump had to say.
Yeah, I mean, like ever since, right, I mean, they are correct here. Right, ever since Elon Musk came on to the field, so to speak, yeah, everyone's just been badgering him. Yeah, right, even with when he purchased Twitter X, right, everyone was on his case, still are.
He shouldn't be going through all of this. Like, dude, it's silly. You're a businessman. And you're getting all these checks from the fucking government. Nobody has to see you front and center, Elon. You don't have to be on Twitter, chastising people, aggravating motherfuckers. You don't have to do any of that. So all of this stuff that's impacting his business right now, he's caused that on himself by being ego Musk.
Yeah, listen, when you're running a company, and look, if the stock of Tesla drops, buy Tesla. I'm a big Tesla investor. I'm bullish on Tesla. Every time it goes down, buy more. But if you're just doing it for a company, if you don't want to get political, that's the best way to go. Sell to everybody. Sell to women, sell to men, sell to Democrats, sell to Republicans.
Sorry, I fucking muted my. If you want the best market share, you sell to anybody and everyone, right? You don't care who it is. You want the money. If they want the product, you get the money. Easy transaction. Easy supply and demand. No, there's no deep thinking in it, right? If you want the product, buy it. That's all it is.
Republicans, who cares? Musk is the richest man in the world. One of the greatest.
But no, people have to attach their weird fucking political ideology and identity politics and shit onto this. Some of this shit is like, oh, fucking hell, man. Fucking hell.
Entrepreneurs we've ever had in America. And he's putting his money where...
You want to know what stifles innovation? Activists, Karens, trying to put all these weird fucking regulations on these companies.
his mouth is. And he cares about the country.
Right, trying to devalue a company because you don't like someone's politics. Like, really, dude?
See, this is the big difference. When you talk about guys like Soros, all they have is money. Elon Musk has a team of people with him himself that can actually stop government waste, and he's doing it. He believes in it, and this is the difference between Elon and Charlemagne. Elon has a big set of balls on him, and he doesn't care about what the libs are doing. Sure, I'm sure he's affected by this, what they're doing to Tesla. I'm sure he hates it, but his love of America, in my opinion, is greater than that. And I firmly believe that he's doing it because he loves the country. He's somebody that wants to put people on Mars to advance.
I mean, why would he subjugate himself to huge scrutiny from the government to do all these things? Right? When you make fucking certain objects and processes to build your build certain industries, you're gonna have the government breathing down your neck a lot. And yeah, building rockets is one of them. The government is going to be breathing down your fucking neck.
Human civilization. People that think this way care about where we are in the present and want a better future, and this is why he's doing it. You might think he's wrong, you might not like how he's doing it.
You could say the same thing of producing large-scale robots. Or any robot technology, you might want to be careful. Might have some government officials come knocking.
But his motives are honest. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up button for your boy. Consider subscribing to the channel, help it grow, and I will catch all of you in the next video. Peace out, everybody.
There we have it. It's funny because none of these people are under the same scrutiny as Elon Musk. Dude, Elon Musk is under so much fucking scrutiny. It's like some of these guys do not understand whatsoever. To have the government breathing down your neck almost every day, yikes. Fucking yikes. Fucking annoying, too.
Commissioners were told in a letter that they have 10 days to do away with DEI initiatives that the administration finds discriminatory, or lose federal Title I funding, which the majority of city public schools receives for low-income student bodies.
A few moments later.
New York State says it is keeping diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in schools, despite the White House threatening to pull federal funding.
And we found out it was not DEI, it was DUI.
And we are back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, people. You know, it helps us out a lot. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you this content. Now, y'all, this story is very interesting because the same cities who have faced major funding problems as a result of the way that they have decided to handle their migrant situations, some of these same usual suspects are now going to be facing federal funding freezes, federal funding cancellations as a result of their way of handling DEI. Now, I'll be honest, y'all, I have investigated DEI, I have looked into it, And I'm still not totally sure exactly what DEI is. I know that the D stands for diversity, the E stands for equity, and the I stands for inclusion, but I haven't figured out a one consistent way of defining it in practical terms. In other words, I haven't found one way in which DEI may be applied across the board. It seems like in some situations, DEI means we're going to celebrate everybody's heritage. And in another situation, it may be, hey, we want everybody to feel like they have a part of this organization. We want everybody to feel welcome here. And in another part, it might be, hey, we need more people of this representation to be hired here. So we're going to go out and find people of these different groups and make sure that they're representing here. So there's just a wide variety of different ways that DEI.
Well, if you really think DEI is basically being used as a consultation or a quota system for these companies to find whatever fucking particular thing they want.
Be implemented in an organization. So that difference from one place to the next as to how they actually implement DEI, to me, kind of just makes this term a little bit of useless.
Yeah, it's useless. It also goes down to what kind of programs they've been trying to teach their employees, right, on what kind of DEI they're talking about. Right, so this is why there's an issue with a lot of the terminology that's being used in some of these, right, industries. Because DEI in, right, say the tech industry is going to be different from the DEI that's going on from the... well, it's not the same. It's the same thing. It's just terminology is going to... They're going to flip the... they're going to flip their statements a little bit to fit the mold of what they're trying to do. So you do have to pay attention.
This term, in a sense,
and be careful not to get fucking trapped.
It doesn't really refer to one thing.
Yeah.
It refers to a whole wide variety of different projects, different initiatives, different plans, different outlooks. And
correct.
So
it's basically their, I guess their process or their steps, their phases to try and do something, right? Whatever their fucking guidelines are for some of these companies. We don't know exactly what it is because they're changing all the time.
Keep that in mind
because people keep catching on, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
We go along here. Now, whatever DEI means to Chicago and New York, it looks like they are ready to stake a lot of money on keeping it around. Your boy, your boy Brandon Johnson. If there's a decision he can make to lose money for his city and then blame it and then say, Chicagoans this and the city of if he can lose some money, he's gonna lose it, right? You already know that with your boy. So let's.
Well, he also wants reparations, right? He's got to get them reparations for the black community.
Mayor Brandon Johnson responds to Trump threat to revoke CPS funding over DEI. We're gonna sue. Mayor Brandon Johnson promised Friday to go to court to protect hundreds of millions of dollars in federal money for Chicago schools if President Donald Trump follows through on a threat to revoke the funds from districts that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion practices.
Well, I mean, he already did it for the trans athlete
stuff.
We're
gonna sue, Johnson told reporters.
If he can do it to the trans athlete stuff, he might just do it to this thing too.
We're not going to be intimidated by these threats. It's just that simple. So whatever it is that this tyrant is trying to do to this city, we're going to fight back. Mayor Johnson's threat to sue over the funding cut may be weakened by a recent Supreme Court ruling that has
honestly, it's if you just cut the fucking whatever DEI training fucking program they're trying to do. Cut that shit. Because it's like if they keep fucking trying to teach this shit to their goddamn employees and then trying to force it upon others, tell them to fuck off.
Of cuts to teacher training grants, part of his crackdown on DEI initiatives, which handed Trump his first victory in the nation's highest judicial body since he returned to office in January. So if this type of ruling were to continue, then Mayor Johnson's plan to simply sue to get his money, the money that his city desperately needs, might not be enough. Now, as I already said at the beginning of this video, y'all, I am not the DEI expert. I think that DEI probably means something different depending on which organization we're talking about.
Correct.
But it also is often associated with race, right?
Yeah, it is often associated with race.
That's something that I do know. Even though not always, it's often associated with race. And you know what else is often associated with race? Organizations run by and associated with Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
Here we're gonna take a look.
You're right. And you also had Al Sharpton fucking
lets
talking
the cat
about
out of the bag a little bit and admit something.
So
that's
you know
quite
when Al
embarrassing for
Sharpton's
himself
involved,
and
you
his
know
own
something's fucking up.
DEI-related initiatives.
Fucking Al Sharpton is the biggest fucking shill out there. You want to see a true grifter? Here is your fucking grifter. He is the epitome of just grossness that goes on in these fucking places.
Make sure they are a victim.
You gotta stop this kind of ideology. It's fucking gross.
And said they had canceled him because of DEI.
This is basically fucking critical race theory bullshit, fucking Marxism bullshit. This dude's a full-on commie.
So I want you to be very careful.
And he calls himself a doctor, by the way.
Do some kind of looking into who you represent, because I've been caught out in that myself, where you get halfway down the road and find out your victim ain't your victim.
That's wild, right? But see, y'all, it's not just Mayor Brandon Johnson in Chicago, but as I said, the sanctuary cities tend to be the ones that are also going to defend DEI. Now we're going to take a look where New York is pushing back and they're saying, look, we have our DEI and we like it and we're going to keep it. So let's take a look at New York.
Schools Chancellor Melissa Abeles Ramos introduced new programs in East Harlem, her first signature announcement in her first 6 months on the job.
But just before she took the stage, the headline was stolen by one out of Washington. Education reporter Doug Williams has that story.
But it was during Thursday's remarks at Esperanza Prep in East Harlem that the federal funding for this school and thousands of others in the system was threatened by what's left of the Trump administration's Department of Ed. State education commissioners were told in a letter that they have 10 days to do away with DEI initiatives that the administration finds discriminatory, or lose federal Title I funding, which the majority of city public schools receives for low-income student bodies. I try to ask the chancellor about it, considering the school we're standing in is one of them.
The Trump administration sent a memo to state education officials across the country to comply with DEI practices.
Doug, on topic.
Oh. How is that off topic, respectfully? I mean, it impacts potentially every student in the system.
You know what? We're here today to celebrate community, our families, our students who are going to be leading charges on wellness, on safety, and on all the resources that exist across New York City. Diversity is a superpower here in New York City.
Yes, diversity is a superpower in New York City.
We are always going to honor that. We are always going to make sure that we are serving every single child and family in New York City.
If you have 60% students receiving free or reduced price lunch, you qualify as a Title I school, and the citywide average is above 70. Really hard to overstate how massive a cut that would be.
And Doug Williams joins us now with more. Doug, have any of our local education departments said what they plan to do?
Yeah, I reached out to the departments of ed in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut.
I would like to see what that
are saying more or less the same thing right now. We just got the letter. We're reviewing it, and we will respond.
Teaching material.
So if the state doesn't comply and then they lose the funding, what do the financials look like?
It's complicated and it's a massive amount of money, but also in the grand scheme of things, not that massive amount of money. And I'll explain. The city gets roughly $700 million for Title I schools each year. That's now at risk. But remember, federal money makes up, in most cases, less than 10% of education budgets across the country, which are mostly funded at the local and state level. So That will mean even more pressures on Governor Hochul's budget here for city schools, where there were already concerns about state cuts that may be coming.
Wow. Okay. Doug Williams, thank you so much for staying on top of that.
Of course.
A lot more to come.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you, Doug. Good to see you.
New York State says it is keeping diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in schools despite the White House threatening to pull federal funding. In a letter to the Education Department, state officials claim the federal government does not have the authority to make such demands. The Trump administration has argued DEI programs violate Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. State DOE officials say the department has certification showing compliance with Title VI and that, quote, no further certification will be forthcoming.
So, y'all, there you have.
Be forthcoming.
That have hop and then cut and then them. What? Huh? Black History. I mean, I understand teaching kids, like, what's going on outside world, but some of this shit is way too... They're teaching them at K through 5? It's like, what? I don't think these kids are gonna fucking care.
Stop right now. Hit the share, which sided with him being able to cut funding in DEI-related cases.
Fucking middle
You have Al
schoolers,
Sharpton saying, hey,
care.
you know, you better be careful that it's DEI
Let alone
and not
high
DUI. So I want to hear what y'all have to say. Of course, you know, I thank y'all for watching. Please stop right now. Hit the share button. Share this video out with somebody over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all the social mediums. And of course, if you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Join the family. And y'all, I love the fact that y'all are so interactive with the content. So don't forget to leave your comment down below. Thanks for watching. Love y'all. And we'll see you back in the next one.
Oh, shit. Oh, Paralegal Institute, Washington, D.C. Oh, man, these people are shady. Gotta watch out. Gotta watch out. You gotta stay on your toes. Let's see what's happening when protesters tried to fight.
Anti-Trump protests broke out all across the country, from Boston all the way to Chicago, covering the streets of Washington, D.C. But as online journalist Nick Shirley shows us, these guys were idiots.
I just want to remind you of protest procedure. Don't film unless it's consent of anyone's faces. And we'd ask if you
We're on public property, though, so we can film.
Are you part of the protest?
Hey, easy, dude. You don't have our consent to do this.
Don't touch me.
Don't
touch me!
Whoa.
Don't touch me!
I didn't touch you for nothing.
You touched me! Don't touch me!
He's touching
Can we
him.
get someone around these people, please?
Elbows! Easy, easy.
Elbows!
Easy,
Elbows!
easy, easy.
No.
Easy.
Elbows. We're not here to...
Wait. Holy cow. Don't let me go. Ooh, what are you going to do?
Elbows!
Elbows. What the hell's going
Now
on?
he's trying to hold him hostage. What the fuck?
What is going on, everybody? Look, we got a crowd coming.
Run!
Dude, you touched me. Bro, get off me. He's touching me. I know I'm attractive, but I'm not that attractive to be following me like stink on poo. Come on, man. Get off me. Bro, these...
Help! Help! He's hurting me! Help!
You look like a fool.
Help! He's touching me!
Bro, you...
Help!
I'm not...
I have no idea how you can outnumber a guy 1,000 to 1 and still end up squealing in terror. As if Shirley was gonna actually show up with a suit and a camera guy to come film himself attacking anybody. You'd have to be a special kind of stupid to think that. But stupidity seemed to be a common theme here.
So what makes Trump a fascist?
Oh, boy.
What makes Trump a fascist?
He does things without
He just thinks without
I'm not really.
I'm not really.
And what brings you out here today?
That dude sounds high.
What doesn't?
He's probably drugged
Can you
out.
explain a little bit for our viewers what this means?
Go ahead.
And the cacustocracy.
Cacustocracy. Government by the
You have the note, dear. Such. Why do I feel like he's just playing along? Dearie, you have the note. Please read it to the It's like, what the fuck, man?
Least suitable or competent citizens of a state. Seems to fit, doesn't it?
And here's where my skepticism begins. As you don't give up your Saturday to protest on behalf of something you don't even understand.
Yeah.
Unless you were possibly being compensated to be there.
Yeah.
As curiously, a lot of these protests seem to be comprised.
Are they being paid? Probably some of them, maybe. But the fact that none of these people know what the fuck they're even fucking protesting for is it's a classic.
Of mainly old people. Even over in Austin, Texas, we saw similar audiences of people 80 plus. And up over in Oregon, it's like they came straight from a retirement home, where even the protesters in New York City started to wonder what was actually happening.
I'm at the protest right now in New York City, anti-Trump, anti-fascist protest, and I have one question. Where the f is Gen Z?
Yeah, literally all the people that we just saw sort of here
can you explain a little bit?
old people, right?
He's touching me, buddy.
And then you occasionally have some like
No, I'm attracted, but I'm not
younger looking people like in their 30s.
Stupidity seemed to be a common theme here.
So what makes Trump a fascist?
Plus, and up over in we saw serious. It's like they were in New York City.
It's just the 60s. It's just like the 60s, and they're having conversations here.
It's on.
These people are cheering. They're talking like it's just the 60s. It's just like this right now in New York City, anti-Trump, anti-fascist protests. And I have one question. Where the f is Gen Z?
Where the fuck
These
is
people are
Gen Z?
cheering. They're talking
All
like
right,
it's just the
like
60s.
fucking-
It's just like the 60s, and they're having conversations and walking slowly.
I'm doing a
There's
little
no fight here. There's no
overanalyzation
youth
there.
here.
It's almost like when the majority of the country sways a certain way, you won't find too many people willing to show their face to stand against the administration that's actually following through on what they
Yeah.
voted for. So minus the insane people that spent their time crafting an
What
outfit
is this person
decked out
wearing?
Nazi symbols that they themselves volunteered to wear in public, I believe the majority of these attendees were actually
Oh, now you have some younger looking people. Look at that.
in, and not just the
But
protest in
it's,
DC.
it's like,
but
why is it so? Wow, why is it kind of rare to see that though? I wonder.
Apparently Texas too,
Why
where
is
the
it all old
Democrats
people?
posted on Twitter about their hands-off protest, to which Tony
Hand-
Soroka replied,
hands
they're
off
going to
si- wait,
geofence
what?
the event, because
What do you mean
last
hands
time
off si-
they
what are you
found the
talking about?
protesters were from groups that received money from Act Blue and USAID. And Loomer found that at least one of the buses in DC were from Summer Bus
Oh,
Tour
yeah, Tony
Incorporated,
Segura and Laura
registered by
Loomer.
the Chinese. Now it sounds concerning, but the Democrats may have just contracted a bus that happens to be owned by the Chinese, but
Yeah.
it does raise a question of how are our tax dollars being funneled from USAID to the Chinese? But more importantly, Tony found that what they claimed was 30,000 was just over 7,000 mobile devices, with 92% of them having attended 5 or more Kamala Harris rallies or liberal protests. And we saw similar activity of buses bringing in supporters or activists to
Yeah.
other liberal movements, which really makes
Exactly.
you wonder, how organic could these actually be? Because I already showed you examples
Yeah.
of how most of these Democrats in office
Correct.
crying about
Yeah,
Elon
some of
Musk
the-
and Doge.
Yeah, you do have to wonder whenever these guys do their fucking weird weird protest events. Kind of have to wonder who they're fucking telling.
Cutting wasteful spending had previously campaigned for the same thing, and now that they're angry about Trump's new tariffs, just like clockwork, Democrat leader Nancy Pelosi encouraged exactly what Trump is doing.
Oh yeah,
back in
yeah, she did do this.
1996.
But for
And
some
there are
reason
those who
she
say we
changed her
shouldn't link human
tune.
rights and trade and
I
proliferation
guess she
and
saw
trade.
too much
I
money and was
disagree.
like, oh, go
But if
full
we just
corrupt.
want to take up this issue on the basis of economics alone, in terms of tariffs, I think it's interesting to note that the average U.S. MFN tariff on Chinese
I
goods
guess
coming
maybe
into the
she
United
wanted it
States
and not
is
fucking
2%,
Trump.
whereas the average Chinese MFN tariff on U.S. goods going into China is 35%. Is that reciprocal?
So just a quick note while I'm editing this right now. I find it interesting that if you're currently a MAGA conservative, back in the 90s, you'd be a Democrat that supports Nancy
Correct.
Pelosi. If it wasn't for double standards, the Democrats wouldn't have standards at all. As just like with
yeah, the Democrats nowadays lost their edge. They turned I don't even know if they turned Republicans, man. It's so strange.
Stock market falling under Biden is now suddenly an issue under Trump. Egg prices or
They
gas
just turned
prices
into
going
some
up under
fucking
Trump or hitting
something
record
else.
lows, now they don't matter, or Doge cuts
They
and
don't even
tariffs.
hold the
It
same
doesn't matter
values
if they
anymore.
previously wanted them or if it benefits their voters. If it comes from Trump, they have to default to attacking it. And that's probably why you can't gather enough people to stand against him that can actually describe why they don't like what Trump is doing, other than the bumper sticker slogans they were told to repeat.
Yeah.
Because nothing about this outrage is real,
Gotta get
which
them
detracts from the
slogans, you know?
actual issues every American faces today. As
Slogans
China
make your
just
brain
launched
go,
their Timo version
wow.
of Trump on TikTok.
I want to
Folks,
put a
we're in
bullet in my
Chongqing, the city of hot pot of China, and we have to eat hot pot today. She understands me tremendously. Sometimes
She
I give
understands me
advice,
tremendously.
but sometimes I don't. You never know what's my next move.
You
and
never
that's
know.
how I win. I'm unpredictable.
And I don't know
I'm
about you,
unpredictable.
but that terrifies me. So if you appreciate my concise,
Fucking
light-order
Chinese
commentary
Trump.
on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on the police chief that actually sees Tesla vandals as victims themselves.
Yeah, I already saw that one. Thank you for your info. Decoy voice. Another Asian brother. If you wanna check out his videos, there it is.